From the very first day of training camp, Tom Landry's Dallas Cowboys set their sights on a goal 28 teams dream about, but only one would realize: victory in Super Bowl 12 and the World Championship.
The coach, if he's to be successful, must think about improving his football team constantly. Everybody can't have a goal in the Super Bowl because it's out of people's reach. Now, once you reach a level that we're at right now, then the Super Bowl does become within reason for us to accomplish it. So therefore, our minds are occupied with the Super Bowl right now.
Of the 113 veterans, rookies, and free agents, only the hardy survived the relentless, leg-burning two-a-day practices. There are no fat Dallas Cowboys. It is a long, lean, and limber team. And one observer was so amazed at their physical appearance, he remarked, "Dallas looks in shape to play the Super Bowl right now." How prophetic his words were to become. By summer's end, just solidly muscled, flat-bellied athletes made up the roster of the Dallas Cowboys. In September, 45 players, 9 of them rookies, embarked on a devastating journey that would lead to New Orleans. When you search for the home of champions, the road leads to Texas Stadium. For more than a decade, the Cowboys have been the winningest team in pro football. In 1976, many said only the lack of breakaway speed cost them a world's championship. So now, why were there smiles? Even Tom Landry tried to muffle his delight, for he possessed the worst-kept secret in football.
Roger hands it off to Dorsett, into the secondary, to the 30, 35, to the 40, cuts right, watch out! To the 50, the 40, he's to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, Tony Dorsett, touchdown!
The addition of rookie Tony Dorsett not only gave Dallas 2 Heisman Trophy winners in its backfield, but added a new dimension to an attack that always has been diverse and unpredictable. Under the "don't give up the ship" leadership of Roger Staubach, the Cowboys gained nearly 6,000 yards and scored 345 points. Dallas ranked first in the NFL in total offense and was miles ahead in imagination as they pinwheeled through their schedule, leaving opponents dumbfounded and defeated. Despite the retirement of Blaine Nye and a knee injury to All-Pro Rayfield Wright, the offensive line became a strength. First-year starters Pat Donovan and Tom Rafferty combined with John Fitzgerald to form an Irish core, while Herbert Scott, Burton Lawless, Jim Cooper, Andy Frederick, and mainstay Ralph Neely rounded out the unit. Low-slung powerback Robert Newhouse looked like a beer barrel, but ran like a beer truck and gained over 700 yards. Versatile Preston Pearson, number 26, proved invaluable as a starter and indispensable as a situation specialist. where he ran the finesse plays to perfection. Doug Dennison, Scott Laidlaw, and Larry Brinson added depth to a horn of plenty, which spilled to overflowing with the 1,000 yards of Tony Dorsett, the NFL's Rookie of the Year. There was an abundance of skilled young receivers. Tight end Billy Joe Dupree ran the heavy-duty patterns at the goal line, while the perimeters of the field and the deeper probes spiraled to rookie Tony Hill, Golden Richards, and Butch Johnson. Cornerbacks covering Drew Pearson smelled smoke and found fire. Despite double coverage inside and out all season, number 88 gained more yards than any receiver in the NFL. About defensive backs, Drew said, "I try to know them better than they know themselves. If they play me close, it might rain touchdowns." Dallas led the NFL in both offense and defense. Hard evidence that supported Landry's contention that this team was potentially his most devastating. From the opening whistle, the Cowboys disposed of 8 straight opponents and then cruised to a 12-2 record and the championship of the NFC East. Important psychologically was the 2-game sweep of the arch-rival Washington Redskins, something they had not achieved since 1970. They entered locker rooms only twice a beaten team, and the reasons for the flood of victories are many. The Cowboys are always the most prepared team in football. By Sunday, Landry and his staff left nothing to chance. From starters to special teams, plays are honed to the split second.
Here comes the rush. He fumbles the ball. Giants pick it up and head right. Now there's another fumble. Jay Selby has it. Goes in toward the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Number 87, Jay Salvi, captained the special teams. Punter and reserve quarterback Danny White. All-pro place kicker Efren Herrera. And hitters like Mike Hegman, Guy Brown, David Stalls, Bruce Huther were among those responsible for the Cowboys' success. Middle linebacker Bob Brunig replaced retired Leroy Jordan, and that gap in experience was filled by Charlie Waters and Cliff Harris. Unlike most deep defenders, these two All-Pros did not tiptoe into tackles, but acted as 2 additional linebackers in doomsday swarming defense. The philosophy of the unit was coordination. Number 25, Aaron Kyle, covering receivers deep, while old pro D.D. Lewis buttons up the hook zone. They led the league against the run and were ball-hawking opportunists. Throw long and you found Benny Barnes, Randy Hughes, or Harris. Throw short and Thomas Hollywood Henderson turned the play 79 yards in the opposite direction. Starters like Henderson and reserves like Mark Washington and Mel Renfro were the reason the Cowboys allowed the lowest pass completion percentage in the NFL. Up front, Too Tall, Too Mean, and a Manster lived right alongside Bill Gregory, Larry Cole, and Jethro Pugh. Just turn them loose and kiss the quarterback goodbye. Twisting, looping, stunting, and blitzing, the Cowboys racked up 53 sacks and turned passing situations into one big nightmare for offensive linemen.